back to Tales of Track. In the last episode, we hit a pretty significant milestone. We've got this guy running. You ready for another one? Let's get it driving. So it's actually a Sunday, so I'm going to have to relinquish the ramp because a week's worth of actual stuff's coming up. Remember, this guy's the only ramp we have at the moment, so before this comes off, I've got a couple of things to do, but one of the things we're going to have to touch on is the window wipers. Now, a few episodes ago I pointed out that the ball joint that goes from the motor arm into all the linkage had crumbled and died. So what we've done is find a solution. Now, previously we had this with the Supra, and the solution was a metal clip that just holds all of the trashed assembly together in the vague hope that it continues to work. It was crap, so I ended up having to buy a complete set of new rods. The only problem here is you don't get new rods for this. In fact, you get barely f*** all at all for this car. So there's a company out there that I'm not sponsored by that are making these. Now, I've checked through all the instructions and it's all fairly self-explanatory. Rather than having the press-in clip with a little rubber boot that goes over it, you push the rubber ball joint part into this, you press the whole lot through the arm, and then you put a circlip around the end of it. So in the absence of literally any other option to resolve this, we're going to give that a go. Stay tuned for a situation update, but it's not raining and the car's likely never to see rain, so I'm going to put it in and we'll just hope it doesn't break. Right, and what I hope to be the last list for a while, we still need to figure out what we need to finish in this car before I can send it off for an MOT. That's right, a year's worth of MOT for one drive, and we've now expired that, so it's due again. So we either have to deal with the wheels, which don't have tyres, or put the old wheels on. We're only going out for a drive to get some miles in the car. It doesn't need the fancy wheels, we can come back to that later. Gearbox oil, we have actually dumped all that on the floor when we're putting the engine in. Need to deal with that. Quick check on all the electricals, so that means it'll have to have lights and all the other stuff that it needs for an MOT, so we better go around and give all that a good sense check. That's it. It's actually quite a short list. It's unusual for me. I'm sure we'll add to this throughout the day, but if that's all I need, take that as a win.
First oil drain.
It is Sunday. We have done many things. The last thing really on the list is drain the oil. We've run it for a good half an hour or so now, so don't know.
It's been running before that as well, hasn't it? It's been running a couple of last week, wasn't it? Running for
it's been run. It's been run. So it's flushed all the gunk, the assembly stuff out. So now that's all sitting in the sump, mixed with the oil. We want to get that out and get nice fresh stuff in for the 1,000 miles or so that we'll need to do. He says 500, I say 1,000, but 500.
750.
We'll meet in the middle.
Yeah, I've never took oil this clean out in my life.
I really need to take that out.
Yeah. Definitely have to retrieve that.
Fucking has to be for this. Well, it's blackish.
Well, it doesn't look like there's any.
There's no floors. That's positive.
Yeah, this looks like all the. That looks like an engine bound to be like assembly.
Seems alright. Fucking hell, Brian.
place, I felt you there. I know your presence, and I'm not scared. This was our place, I felt you there. I know your presence, and I'm not scared. Our place. Our place.
Right, so remember how I was like, oh, I'm sure there'll be more things to add to the list, but I couldn't place what it would be? Here's the first case in point. Since the carbon bonnets went on, the obvious thing about, you know, washer jet line, okay, well let's plumb that into the bit where it goes to, all of this entire year, and I have not yet noticed, this car did not have a washer bottle. Ever. I definitely don't remember taking this out. Like, I'm going to have to go home obviously and watch all the videos, but we never took a washer bottle out. It's never had one. There's a bit of random loom just sitting there, but I don't have a washer bottle. Now, I was hoping to get it in fairly swiftly for an MOT. No, I'm going to have to trace down a used washer bottle from fucking somewhere. I don't know where. But yeah, that's, you know, woods for the trees. When do you need to deal with a washer bottle? It lives under the headlight. Anyway, right, okay. So, add to shopping basket. Right, apologies for the Nando boy look, but it's really hot. I have hunted high and low and braced my wallet to get a washer bottle for this. Still working on it, but I need a temporary solution because I've had a look as well in the docks. I've got 2 weeks of MOT left. That's not going to be enough for a number of reasons. So first of all, the MOT is A, on the old reg, and for some wild reason I decided I'll change it to the new reg, which makes that tricky. Secondly, the MOT happened before the car was registered, because the car needs an MOT to be registered. As a result, the DVLA do not recognise it when I put the reg details in, and I can't tax it, which means I can't drive it, which means for the sake of 2 weeks, you just go put an MOT on it anyway, because I'm not really going to win any watches messing around with the DVLA. So, I need a temporary measure. Welcome to the kit car world. This is a 15 quid universal washer bottle. It has a pump and a bottle and everything I need to make squishers happen. So how's it going to fit? Well, obvious locations aside, we need to actually establish where the loom is. Now, the bottle clearly lived and went through that wee hole there. Spout comes up, tank lives underneath there. So the loom, by all accounts, is going to be one of these two spurious plugs that are hanging around here with nowhere to go. Now that has 2 pins and that has 2 pins, so hopefully one of these two will work. I'm looking at the bottle. No, I couldn't be that lucky, could I? I doubt it, but I'm going to try it anyway. So, little offset job. First up, does it fit? It fits. So, second up, does the hose fit? The hose should fit really, shouldn't it? Yes. Third up, does it work? Temporary solutions go, that one actually works pretty well. Let's see if my luck continues. decided to take it out and give it a wash because it's a sunny night and it's covered in dust. And well, I've just been struck by a realisation. I'm into this for nearly a year's worth of hard graft, blood, sweat, tears and money. And it still looks like a bag of shit. Maybe I should call it the Millennium Falcon. After all, at least it's got a chance of making the jump to light speed now. Anyway, I think we are more or less ready for an MOT. Took it in the block again. Seems alright. I'm going to have to definitely get plates sorted for it soon. Oh aye. Horrible obnoxious spoilers also been deleted, so I guess that's progress. Look, it's not bad. As long as you don't do this. Yeah, it looks pretty good when you shut the door, so. Right, onwards. Let's get a ticket on it. You can sit there for a wee bit until I get the rest of the stuff I need. MOT done. It is now taxed, insured. Taking it a drive might be an idea. Aye. Shakedown anyone? Let's see how it's going to do. Well, it went okay until it didn't. And fuck's sake. So the good news is it's not the engine at least. Nope. It's something electrical. So
I'm not f***ing done.
what that is? You. Anyway. It's my juice. It's my juice. My only water. And he's just f***ing putting it.
That's payback for it.
So yeah, I think it's something electrical. We're just waiting on typically the RAC because there's no bloody way I can get it down a single carriageway to Glasgow because we're at least 25 miles out. Sit rep. It is now what time? It's now 11:30. We're sitting in the backup car and we've been told by the AA that well we can't get a truck. We just can't get a truck. Alright, cool. So what we do, just go home and we'll phone you in the morning when a truck's going to come out. Oh, that's great. I'll just leave my Toyota Supra that has no f***ing Thatcham alarm, locked in a lay-by in the middle of nowhere, and just hope it doesn't, you know, turn into a burnt out shell in the morning.
Out on eBay.
Get a grip. So apparently they just can't find a driver. So we're not going to come.
It's funny that they can't find the truck. However, we just made 2 phone calls and we've got 2 friends of ours with 2 trucks.
So we're now waiting to see if we can just get a mate with a truck, and I'll need to pay, despite the fact I've already paid for AA cover. So AA, don't bother because they just won't come because they can't get a truck. Oh Jesus, what a night! I am tired. So AA completely dumped us in it. Had to get a friend to come, beaver tail, take the car back. Then get to bed like 3 in the morning, and as I'm old, I woke up at 8 regardless, so nothing else for it. Might as well actually see if we can diagnose what the bloody hell is wrong with this thing. Probably like we should have done in the first place, instead of just forging an engine. So, first things first, when dealing with old shonk, unfortunately, there is no OBD. What we're going to have to interrogate is this. So we don't need War and Peace, we just need to run a wire from that port to that port, and between the 2 of them that puts it in diagnostic mode. And then we need to play old style Morse code with a light on the dash which lives there. That's your check engine light, and it'll literally give me numeric flashes to tell me what my fault code is. So let's see what we've got. Try one. 21 or 31. Okay, that's not what I thought I was going to get. I was really banking money on a crank position sensor, just had a vibe to it, but according to the table, what I have is a airflow meter fault. One JZAs don't have an airflow meter, and an O2 sensor fault. It does have that. So, O2 sensor, annoyingly, lives underneath here. It's actually not that worst a thing. I'm so tired. It's not that bad a thing to get access to and deal with. It's 2 bolts and a multi-plug. So, and there's only one, which for a twin turbo straight six is quite handy. So that can come out and get replaced, and I'm going to do it regardless because I've no idea the age of it. The airflow meter thing worries me though, because it's not like Toyota to just put standard codes in that don't apply to an engine. The airflow meter, I'm going to suspect, might have something to do with the map. Now, if you remember, the map I thought was a problem all along, and we've still got what could be a code for it. So do we replace that as well as a matter of course, or do we dig a little deeper? Oh, because whilst the 2 of these codes could be completely unrelated and both the sensors could have failed, there's a bit more of a smoking gun here. I'm getting something telling me that the air going into the engine isn't right, and I've got something else that tells me quite separately that the fuel coming out the engine is not right. Now, by all accounts, you could argue that the codes just mean open circuit, it's not getting a reading, but it could also mean it's out of range. Now, if it's out of range, it can be heavily rich on the fueling. Now, what's going to cause that if it's not the lambda sensor and the map sensor? Whatever's telling the 2 of them to do the thing. Remember this shite ECU? Out. But it will not be tonight because 1, I'm shattered, and 2, this is long enough. So I'm going to go home to my bed, and in the meantime, thanks for watching. Thanks for, I don't know, too tired. Anyway, patreon.com/toolsandtrack. Like, bell, subscribe, and yeah, see you next time.